Hi, it's Miles Potter of the Values Partnership, and a special shout out to my current and former clients who are getting this video first. Today I'm going to talk about why sometimes being number one just isn't enough. So I've got this fantastic client. He's such a talented person. You know, he's like a chess master. He's several steps ahead of the other side, you know, all the time. And he's always planning evasive action against the dangers that might be lurking. And ideas just pour out of him like water. And he's so masterful, you know, it's like he's won the game before he started. But there's one problem. His success, being number one, just isn't enough. So he feels kind of flat and dull, and his success just isn't satisfying, and that puzzles him, you know. And what's even worse is that if he takes his foot off the gas, right, he worries, is this thing going to fall over, right? So it's like, how do I get out of this? He asked me, right? I feel trapped. So look, the good news is that he's not alone, right? At some point, all of us hit this wall, including myself, and I've talked to many people, some of you, about this, right? And here's what happens, all right? We start off young, we decide we're going to play the game, and we choose a game. So it could be a profession, it could be starting a business, it could be working our way up an organization, or learning a trade, and we try and master that game. And you know, we go out with our colleagues or our mates and we scheme in the pub, or we wake up in the middle of the night, we're worrying and we're trying to think up new ideas, or we go home and we talk to our wives and we kind of bore them silly about all the problems in the office, you know, or we gnash our teeth at the office politics and try and evade them, you know, and it's like, a select few of us kind of get through all this and we actually manage to win, right? But then we face the problem, right? Like my client, it's not enough. So what do? Well, we choose a new game, you see? And unless we get distracted by sex or drugs or something kind of silly like that. And the thing is, even with the new game, it's never enough, you see? It's just not, it's just like the old one. The thing is, because the motivation is the same, we're still trying to prove that through our achievements, we're good enough. Through our accomplishments, somehow we're acceptable. And, you know, maintaining that pretense is exhausting. So we can't just choose a new game, because it's going to be just like the old game eventually. We have to turn our focus elsewhere. And that focus is inside. What are our values? What's our purpose? What is the unique contribution we're going to make here on this planet? Why are we here? And it's got nothing to do with making it, proving ourselves, or, you know, having amazing achievements. It's got to do with fulfilling a deep longing in our soul. And at a practical level, it means we've got to listen to what starts emerging in our hearts. You know, like we have to spend more time with our loved ones, or there's something in our community that needs our attention, or there's a not-for-profit or charity we want to get involved with, or starting a completely new business. But it's new, it's coming from our purpose, you see. And I've been there a few times, okay? And I've had to work this out. But what I've discovered is you can't do this alone. You need to talk to someone. You need to talk to someone who believes in you, who will encourage you, who challenge you with good questions and keep you moving along. Because at the end of the day, you've got to find your purpose. The purpose gives you context for why are you doing all this, right? Why all this effort? The purpose answers your why. I hope that's been helpful, and I really look forward to being in touch with you sometime soon.